Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Farmcast. We're back with another episode and another rankings episode to be sure. And I'm sounding good.
Sounding
Hopefully,
great.
watch this all just backfire and hey, I'm sounding good again, and it's just all complete.
Hey, it's B-Zuck, sounding great. Love to be on the pod.
Yeah.
Hope we all have a good time. We're going to be talking about a lot of fun things and some ranks. Welcome to the Farmcast.
I just want it noted. I've done nothing to fuck up my audio and nothing to fix it. It chooses to be good and bad when it wants to be. I just want that documented.
I don't know why I thought about this, but do you know how there's like those sound mixers that you can get and they can do like voice changing on the fly while you're recording?
Yeah.
So you should, if you get one that was like a Kermit the Frog voice change, what would it sound like? Because I think it would just
I'm
be,
doing it
would
right
it be
now.
the same voice or would it be double the Kermit?
I think it would add a little Pat Mahomes to my voice.
Maybe that's the key to winning an MVP. Maybe this is how we finally get rich.
Ooh.
Okay. I think you're onto something. You guys need to join the Kermit bandwagon, though. It's fucking
Kermit
sick.
gang.
That's why I love Pat Mahomes. He brings representation for people with voices like me.
Yeah, the Kermit clan is really it's got strong representation nowadays.
Yeah. Speaking of
I
representation,
don't know. I know. I personally want to have one thing in common with Pat Mahomes too, but you sound nothing like Pat Mahomes. Where did that come from?
Well, they both vaguely sound like Kermit in just slightly different ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a family tree. We're just on very different spectrums of it.
I didn't know what to think one day when my mom was like listening to some of the clips and everything, and she's like, Zach has a nice voice, and I'm like, oh no, you did not just say that. Delete this now. It was a big L for me.
That is the nicest thing I've ever heard.
I know, and she told me that like 2 months ago. I just kept that one to myself.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, at work, I know we're getting off topic, but at work the other day, I was told by a female friend of mine at work that I have a voice that she could see me doing voiceover work or like in commercials.
Sounds like
And I said, me? My voice? Are you kidding?
it sounds like you need a cough drop.
It does. It does. I don't know what's going on. My throat is all fucked up. But.
Either you've been streaming too much. Follow Doc Firmer on twitch.tv, please. Get his subs up. He's close to being a Twitch affiliate?
A Twitch affiliate. I can almost make money on Twitch, yeah.
So feel free to follow him. Please do support our boy. But you either sound like you've been streaming too much or you just got a little bit of the roan. So hopefully it's the former.
Hopefully it's just a little bit of the roan. As a treat.
You look good. You look healthy.
That doesn't do anything to you don't get a sore throat from the Rona, do you?
I mean, it's a lung thing, dude. I don't fucking know, man.
Oh,
you kind of know or you don't, you know. It happens.
You'll find out in a few days.
Okay.
Speaking of coronavirus, you know what we won't be having at all this year? Tailgates. You guys want to know what we're ranking today? Best and worst tailgate activities.
Okay.
It's only right.
Yeah, NFL season's coming up really right around the corner, which is, again, madness, but it is very sad we won't be able to do any large tailgate. You can still have, small social distancing gatherings of your own tailgating. Get creative. So we're just going to rank the best and worst tailgate activities. We're leaving it up to interpretation. So Kyle, you want to kick us off?
Oh, I'd love to. And I just want to say, though we may not be able to tailgate right now, we have very good tailgating tips, both what to do and what to avoid. And if you listen now, you can take these very expert tips. It's going to take about a year to, let it marinate, sink in. And then by this time next year, when you're ready for football season, you're going to be firing on all cylinders. So take these, feel free to listen now. Listen every month. Keep it in your head. Keep listening. Watch all of our videos. Get our views up. And you'll be a tailgating master in no time. So, Number one tailgating tip. Bring at least 2 bags of Double Crunch hot wing ruffles.
Oh.
These have been a staple of our we are not sponsored by Ruffles, clearly.
That is one of my favorite tailgating activities, by the way, is bringing 2 bags of chips. Yeah,
I agree. At least 2 bags of chips.
Okay.
I want to make that very evident. That Zach can attest. Those have been a hit at every one of our tailgates for the past few years. An incredible chip. They hit so right. They got this real crunch. You just dig right into. It's one of the few chips you can like take a bite off of, and you like the rest of the chip is still intact for bite number 2. It doesn't just dissolve.
Strong. It's
a strong chip. The double crunch is no joke. They got great flavor, and they taste great with all the other tailgating foods. You got your nice grilled meats, a nice beverage, a nice Miller Lite. Tastes great with that.
We gotta we gotta tell the people about Cranch.
Oh, I really debated putting Cranch on this list. I was like really hard pressed. I ended up leaving Cranch off, but you can ceremoniously put these two together. The Cranch is ketchup ranch mixture. That's
it's
already
not even ranch;
for
it's mayo.
Will you shut the hell up? There is a Cranch. There is an actual Cranch.
There is a Cranch.
But it's not what we had. We just started calling. Cranch, because that
Cranch
sounds
better, so just leave it be.
yeah.
So these are 2 A1 tailgating foods, little snacks, condiments to bring. It'll spice it up, make it fantastic.
Okay. I have never had the chips you speak of.
Missing out.
Oh, so
never
good.
had them.
They're so good.
My issue with when I go to the chip aisle is I always have the hardest struggle not getting Ruffles cheddar and sour cream.
I do.
I mean, they're literally like crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel like growing up was realizing Ruffles are the best chips.
Yes.
That texture.
It used to be Lay's. I used to love Lay's.
Can't do it anymore.
Yeah, they're not.
They're too thin.
Yeah, there's nothing there. There's no meat on the bone.
No. Yeah, I need some substance.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have to say about that. Number 2. This is the only game I have on the list, but it's a classic. It's everybody's favorite game, cornhole.
That's also, agree.
Cornhole is 95% of the reason it's on this list is because apparently there are actually people in this world who call it cornhole, and that is
everybody in North Dakota calls
that
it
is out. It's just beanbag toss.
It's bags. Bags.
Whatever.
It's bags.
Sure shit ain't cornhole, because when I'm thinking cornholes, I'm not thinking of tossing bags into something. I got other things on the brain.
Cornholes.
What do you think a cornhole
I don't know.
is?
I'm not thinking of beanbag toss.
I don't know what a corn. Oh, what is that? An asshole?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a little butthole.
Okay.
Yeah, for the audio only.
I've never heard an asshole also called a cornhole. So
let me tell you who has. This guy.
Just think about the word cornhole.
What a disgusting
gross.
2 words to put together. Awful. Is anything good coming out of you? Yeah.
Let's go back to the old
just
cornhole.
me and a few buddies hitting the cornhole.
It's terrible.
It sounds a little sus.
God, it sounds terrible.
Great game though. A lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
I've also especially like around Wisconsin. You guys ever play on like the Wisconsin shaped cornhole things?
Yeah.
No. That sounds sick.
It
also,
is.
That sounds not regulation, so I would have a built-in excuse for when I'm not doing well.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was winning a game of beanbag toss, and apparently this is a house rule, and that everybody knew of except me, where if you get your bag and you land it on the little Door County strip,
the peninsula?
Yeah, on the peninsula, and it stays there, it's an auto win. And I got completely fucked. Thank you.
Stupid.
I got screwed like you couldn't believe, like you read about.
That sounds
the dumbest thing I have ever heard.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I can't wait to show this to
What
Becker.
morons were you playing with? Say a name. Say a name right now, because I'm never going to fail.
Becker.
He's done. He's out of here.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, no longer friend of me. That is the dumbest thing I have ever heard.
That sounds like a fucking lie.
Everybody there was like, Door County. I'm like, huh?
Oh my god.
What now?
I mean,
Screwed.
Whatever.
cornhole is supposed to be a fun game. That makes it immediately less fun. Almost not fun.
I
almost don't want to put it on my list.
No, we might have to edit this out because I don't want anybody taking that idea and thinking,
Right.
That's actually kind of cool.
I don't
Because
want
it's
that idea
not.
in people's
Imagine
head.
this on top of it too. I was having a bad day on the cornhole with the bags. I was finally gonna get a win, a big dub, and then I get door counted. You never want to get door counted. It's a bad
Sounds
rule.
terrible.
Ban it from Wisconsin State cornhole. I'm done.
Yeah. There should be no auto wins in a game like that.
No.
There should be no auto wins.
It should be up to the skill of the players. That's what I say.
Absolutely. It takes the merit out of the game.
Yo, disgusting.
So, moving on from one angry topic. Other than that, cornhole, great game. Moving on from an angry topic to the last one I have on my top. This is definitively, in my mind, the greatest tailgating activity. It's when you just get set up, somebody gets the grill going, you crack open one cold one, and you take your first sit on the lawn chair. And you just take in the surroundings. You're at a Packer game. It's frigid cold. You're bundled up. You crack open an absolutely freezing can of your favorite frosty beverage, and you just have that first sit. Nothing better.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
boy. You nailed
Especially
it.
if you have a long drive, you take
Mhm.
20 minutes, 30 minutes to set everything up, and then you grab a beer, sit down in the chair, and you're just thinking, man, this is what it's all about. This is
Because
what we do it for.
Yo.
there's just nothing better than it's my favorite thing in the world, honestly. Just, you got 6 of your pals,
Football.
starting drinking, in 4 hours you're going to be balls deep in a baseball or football game.
Oh,
And
yeah.
in the meantime, you're taking in and soaking up every second. It's the
Oh, yeah.
best. It is
Bliss.
the best.
Bliss. This kind of leads into
Literally.
one of mine, but I'll save
I
it.
couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Like when we Fenner and I went to Lambeau with a couple other of our friends, and for the playoff game against Seattle, it was freezing. It was so damn cold that day.
Mhm.
When we sat down that first time, it was nothing better. Zach, or how about this? Zach and I went to the Panther game against the Packers this year. We showed up with we had like an hour of quote unquote tailgating. We were running a little late.
Yeah.
And so we were like, screw it. We're going to park on this little side parking lot thing. You know what our first sit of the day consisted of? Taking out the case of Coors Light, cracking open a Subway sandwich, and just
Hell
sitting
yeah.
on the curb blasting
Yeah.
music.
Literally.
Hell
It
yeah.
was
Yeah.
amazing. We were
Oh, it was
people
so
watching.
great.
People were walking by.
We got
jamming
a
out.
couple beers, just start dancing on the side. Oh, amazing.
Hell yeah.
Subway sandwiches in us. It was great.
It was.
That's the one. I think that's a preconceived notion that you have to grill out. You don't have to. I think that's the best way to do it. You can have a great time even if you don't grill out. If you bring like sandwiches or something or Subways, you know what I mean? You can still have a fantastic time.
Mm-hmm. As long as you're with the boys. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing.
That's the biggest thing.
So yeah, to recap, my top 3 are Double Crunch Hot Wing Chips, Cornhole,
Okay.
and the first sit.
Okay. I had cornhole on my top 3 as well, so I won't really touch on that too much. The only thing I'll add is, say you're the designated driver on the way home. Cornhole's a game that's fun whether you're drinking or you're not. So that's another plus on its side. Next, I'm surprised Kyle didn't have this on this list. I'm assuming you maybe didn't have it on your list because you're assuming other people would. But playing catch with whatever type of ball the game you're going to.
Oddly enough, I did not even consider putting catch on my list. Strange.
Dude,
But I love it.
I don't do it as much at football games because in Wisconsin, a lot of the football games I end up going to, it's cold as shit out, and I'm wearing thick ass gloves.
And
But
you're in a very crowded area, and you don't want to be that guy who is throwing the ball. I'll give you a spoiler right now. I have catch on the bottom because I was thinking football games, and I'm thinking Packer games. You don't want to be the guy who's running around into people. I hate that guy.
Save this anger. Save this anger.
Yeah, okay. I'll say it.
Okay. I will defend that a little bit here. Growing up, I went to a shit ton of Brewer games. And Miller Park has, like, if you get there early, there is an incredible amount of space in the parking lot to go play catch where there is nobody around.
I agree. It's great for baseball. I'm talking football catch. Complete ass.
That's fair. That's
level,
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I just needed to defend
that's fair. I get
what you were throwing at me.
I completely
I'll weigh
get
in
the
when we
Miller
discuss
Park.
this a little bit later. I'll weigh in then.
Okay. Third on my list is, don't get me wrong, I love grilling when I've said that I'm going to grill, but I love nothing more than watching other people grill, saying, hey, maybe you could flip that one. You know, maybe it's, you know,
that is my favorite position.
Have you checked those lately? You know? And then when they say, well, you could take over, and then just actively,
No.
you're doing a fine job. No, you're doing fine, you know?
Great job. Where's my meat?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more fun than critiquing somebody grilling, and when they ask you to take over, just saying, "Oh no, you're doing a great job. No, you're doing fine." You know,
yeah. There's nothing better than not having the grilling be your responsibility, but only when you want it to be. So you can give a couple comments there, here and there, but it's not on your shoulders. So you can just keep drinking and play baseball.
You can play cornhole. Yeah.
You can do
Here's what I love. I love grilling a few things. I do like the grilling portion. I like being that guy. I will never be the one to bring the grill and deal with the coals. I never want to do that.
No.
That will always be somebody else's responsibility.
No, I
Wouldn't let it be me.
No.
You know, I don't have a mini grill for that exact reason. I don't like being that man.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Save the responsibility. Somebody else is always going to have a mini grill.
Yeah.
That's how my mind works.
And in our case, if Bob or Jake are going, one of the Musso brothers, they've got it.
They always do. They
always
do. I've never taken out the coals on that thing one time in my life. It's never been me, and I'm the one grilling every time. It's great. It's awesome.
Oh,
That's a good one. Strong.
So I have cornhole, playing catch. I'm honestly very worried to when we get to Zach's bottom three because I thought everybody enjoyed playing catch.
I love playing catch in general. Love football catch at the beach or something. Not at Lambeau Field.
Okay.
I'll wait.
And then number 3, watching other people grill, making comments, and then actively avoiding doing it when they offer it up to you.
Okay.
Smart.
It's a good top 3. I'm gonna start.
Swallowed some water wrong. I'm struggling over here.
Oh jeez.
Ugh.
Well, I'm gonna start my top 3 with one that has already been said twice. It's cornhole. So when I wrote it down here, I just laughed because Kyle and I have had this thing for a while where we just hate the way it's called cornhole. It's not fucking cornhole, but we've almost said it so many times that now I only think of it as cornhole, and I hate it so much. But I love playing it. Whatever it is, tossing the beans in the hole. It's beans. It's not even corn.
Tossing the beans. Tossing the beans.
That's a great way to tailgate.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's
especially
great.
when you bring your own.
Yeah, it's great because you can have a beer in one hand. Doesn't take too much athletic ability, so you aren't like sweating. It's just a toss, and it gets the competitive juices flowing. If you're having a hamburger, a brat, whatever it is, you got a hand free, and it gets you ready for football, man. And that's what all of these, I should say, all of these are related to. I'm thinking of I'm going to Lambeau Field, best tailgate things, worst tailgate things. So cornhole, great. Moving on to my second one of my top 3, consuming beers.
Okay.
Just as many as possible. Kyle says you bring out that big thing and you crack one open. I can't wait till I can crack the next one open. And you know what the
This one's
next
so good.
Yeah,
Then you're just chasing that high.
Your favorite beer is always the next one.
Exactly. So
Ayo.
just ripping beers to see how many you can consume before you get into the stadium so you don't have to pay $11 for a beer. Just ripping them is just, it's almost a sport of its own. I feel like I'm the game before the Packers play. Is just how many can you
How
go?
much
with?
We're
can
all-
my stomach
we're-
physically fit?
We're all here to see Zach.
Yeah.
Oh, can I add one?
Yeah.
It's consuming beer. Another great tailgate one, consuming Jello shots.
Yes. I was actually, I wanted to almost make a note of that, only because the only problem I have with Jello shots are people who use their pinky. Use your fucking tongue.
That's the weak way out.
Right.
Who
Says a
uses
lot.
their pinky? I've never seen
seen-
that.
Oh, I have.
And it's always, I'm going to show you how to do it the real way. You use your pinky. I'm like, no.
It's half the fun of the Jello shot is getting the Jello out. You know what I mean? Take your dirty ass pinky.
Gross.
Do that. No thanks. You can
It's-
leave that
it's
at home.
filthy.
Says a lot about a person if they're using a pinky.
Hate it. I hate it so much. I'm so sick of people. Let me show you how to do it here. No, let me show you how to do it
Sounds
here.
like a real personal vendetta.
Yeah, I feel like I have a couple situations where this has happened, and like,
You have a very an exact image in your head of who you're talking
I
about here.
yeah, I've got like a exact situation where I'm like, fuck.
There's just
Oh man,
there's few things as satisfying as when you just get the clean all the way around.
slight.
You just get the full thing all at once. Like, man,
that is nice.
A1.
Yeah.
I hope that clip never gets taken out of context.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, yeah. So consuming beer is very fun to do.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I just want to add one last
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
to that. What's a close second as far as best things about consuming a heck of a lot of beers? That first piss when you get inside the stadium, right before you get to your seat.
Yep.
Oh, buddy, that hits.
Fire.
What I just need to go back and make just a little note.
Amendment.
This is so none of you guys can relate here, but just throwing in the
Hell yeah.
fattest lip of all time, dude.
Oh no.
Throwing in the fattest lip of all time at a tailgate because you're like, I don't give a fuck. I brought this tin. I don't think I'm going home with it. I am throwing in fat lips all day.
Oh God.
That's a great feeling.
I
It's a
can't
great
relate,
feeling.
but I can imagine that is a great feeling.
It's a
It
great feeling. Yeah.
got me
Like,
feeling
I
good
get
just
it,
thinking about
but-
it. You know.
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah. You know,
No,
it's also
it's
nice.
for a select few people out there, you know. But
Feder says, you know what's great? That tailgate sig. That first one of the day.
I did not say that. No, I did not say that.
Oh my god. Oh, and one more note on also consuming beers.
Cigs are a
Keep
little
your-
underrated, though. When you're drinking, cigs are fantastic. I'll be honest.
We're gonna have a very in-depth off the pod discussion.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, beers keep you warm too, and you need that at Lambeau Field. You need
Yep.
it.
Yep, very true.
I couldn't. One thing I want to say is I couldn't imagine like tailgating in Tampa, like in.
Gross.
No, I'm saying like in
No,
like
I agree.
yeah, in like October
I
or
agree.
December when it's like 75 or 80 degrees out. I don't know.
Hell no. That's
Oh.
baseball tailgating. There's
Yeah.
baseball tailgating, then there's football tailgating.
Yep.
Both good, very different.
Very
They're
different.
different.
That's
Yeah.
why the catch thing, and we'll talk more about
I think that's what
this.
makes Packer game tailgating so good is because it feels like it's a real like endurance and it's like when
Yeah.
you're out there you feel like a man.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
just
Yeah.
There's
nothing
some-
better.
There's something about like how everybody's doing it too. Nobody cares that it's fucking 10
No.
degrees out.
Yep.
Everybody's out there tailgating to tailgate.
Nobody cares about open can or at whatever, open bottle. Everyone's walking with their beers, and everyone's
Mm-hmm.
trying to consume as many as they can also.
I have rarely felt like I don't actually I shouldn't even say rarely. I've never felt a connection to strangers and just the human beings around me like I do when I'm tailgating. There's like a band of brothers thing going on. It's just
Yeah.
you feel like a kinship with the man next to you who is just a 55-year-old fat dude slamming slamming new Glarus's left and right, and he's just having the time of his life, and he gets it.
I agree.
You know,
but
I feel that, but Zach, I think maybe we're on the same wavelength here. Let's just wait till we get to our worst.
Yes, I'm gonna put an asterisk. I'm gonna say I agree with an asterisk that I can bring up a bit later.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, look, I'm gonna have some complaints as well. Like, we'll get to it. Finish up.
Glad you knew exactly where I was going. Anyways, my number one definitive
55.
Yeah, right. Definitive number one best thing to do, and maybe it does tie in what we're just talking about. Number one best thing to do at a tailgate. Play rap music as loud as possible. Nothing better
Zach,
than...
you are going to love my bottom three.
Nothing... I think we might be on something here. Nothing better than pissing off boomers who are playing Back in Black on repeat 10 times in a row than playing some fucking Travis Scott in front of them. Nothing pisses them off more than that. And what can they do? I've got the louder speakers. I'm going to play what I want to play. So, you know what? That is the best thing about a tailgate. You decide what music you're listening to, and you don't have to put up with AC/DC anymore.
Oh, let me cook, Zach. Let me cook.
Yeah.
I'm going to get right into it.
Okay,
I'm skipping.
yeah,
I'm skipping everybody. I'm going right into my bottom three.
Okay.
I'm not even letting you recap.
Go for it. You sound heated.
Number one on the bottom three of tailgating activities. Getting told to turn down music from boomers.
Oh my god.
Oh, the
Imagine you're having a great time. It's you and your pals. And here comes some fucking 60-year-old dude with his Paul Molitor jersey, Walmart version on. And he comes waddling on over because we're not playing Roll Out the Barrel 1,800 times. And he doesn't want to hear it anymore. There's always going to be one of those. And it's like, hey, can you maybe turn it down? Or you guys take requests?
That's almost worse.
Oh, it's way worse.
I've never had that happen.
Oh!
Somebody asking if you take requests?
Yeah. Or no?
That's a thing.
Can I add a?
You know what I'd say? I'd point to the trash bag and say, "Yeah, put it in there." Got their ass. Yeah, got their ass.
No, I think that's great, Fender. I genuinely think that's great. I hit him with one of those. Oh my god. Yeah, that pisses me off so much because you almost have to. You don't want to cause a problem.
You do not almost have to.
I don't want to
cause
the
ultimate answer. It's the ultimate get out of jail free card whenever you're asked to request music. Yeah, I'll add it to the queue.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about turning it down. The queue, you're right. That if someone asks me to add a song to the queue, it's never getting played. There's like 50 songs in the queue. But if someone says to turn it down, you turn it down, you give it a couple minutes, and you just slowly.
Or if you have like a digital thing, you have a digital thing. I've actually never had this happen, but like if there's like a number, you know what I mean, that they can see on the screen, if it's at like 35, just turn it to like 33.
No, here's what you do.
And then take your hands off and just look at them.
No, here's what you do. You turn it down on the digital thing. You turn it from like 38 to
and then
30 to 30. Turn it up on your phone.
Yeah. At the same time, you've got your phone in one hand.
You're like, yep, I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that ties. I just wanted to get that out there.
That's
ties
great.
right into Zach.
Yeah.
It's cut from the same cloth. The worst. You never want to have bad neighbors at a tailgate.
It's funny you say that. I've got one more that we'll talk about later that kind of still kind of on this topic.
Oh, God.
I do as well.
Actually, I think I have two. Anyways, continue.
So I got a couple. Okay, so my next two are two anecdotes. What not to do. Tailgating next to a dumpster is going to be on my next one. So we got, on a Brewer game about 2 years ago, we got pinned as far as our parking locations.
A year and 2 months.
Whatever.
Not 2 years yet.
Doesn't matter.
Let me think we're closer.
So we were driving in, and there was no hope. We were getting directed by 4 different people. This is your spot. We sat the entire 2-3 hours just right next to the big old dumpster. No room to maneuver, no room to spread out. It was me and the fellas hunkered down, eating Ruffles Double Crunch hot wing chips right next to the dumpster.
Yeah.
It was.
That's tough.
We made the most of it. I think we powered through. We drank a lot more than usual because that was the game. Zach and I were so drunk. I don't think we saw a single pitch, and we just argued about Kanye West the entire time. That's all we did.
It was a shitty game. I don't even care.
That was our tailgate.
I love going to baseball games. God damn, dude, I love going to baseball games.
Soon.
Oh,
no, it's not soon, but I'm going to keep saying that.
Years go by.
Yeah, unideal. And then my biggest do not do tip, worst activity. Forgetting grill utensils after you get the grill completely set up and the meat cooking.
Oh.
In high school,
we went that sounds like a high school problem.
It was after school. It was me, our buddy Weeze, and who else? Nate. Nate went. It was the three of us. So excited to go. We were ready. We brought everything we thought of. Everything else. We had all the meat, snacks, the drinks. We were ready to go. And my God, we got that meat on. And we're like, where's the spatula? We're like, what do you mean? It's here. We're digging around. There's no spatula. Mind you, actually, we did forget something else. We had to borrow somebody else's lighter fluid, too, so that was a whole adventure. So we were not about to go ask somebody else for, like, their spatula on top of it. So we were really stuck between a rock and a hard place. And this is when I realized a tailgate's what you make of it. You got to improvise.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we had taken a few of the beverages, which was we brought some cans of Mountain Dew, as 17-year-olds do, and crushed two of them up to make one like big flat surface. And then we took that, tried to scoop it. Wasn't quite enough. We couldn't really get it without the meat flopping around and flying everywhere and just getting destroyed. So we had to like double clutch it with crushed up soda can in one hand, ice scraper from this winter before in the other, and just slowly turn the meat. I'll never forget, we were in the middle of flipping our burgers with our improvised spatula, and there was this cop on a bike who just rode past, stopped, looked at us for a few seconds, just kind of went, huh, and then biked on.
Oh my God.
We had such a feeling of pride at the time we were able to foot the meat. I feel nothing but shame now.
On that note, or on that same vein, the worst feeling, and this could be when you're tailgating or just when you're grilling in general, have you guys ever flipped a burger and it fell off and went in between the grate? I mean, that is the most embarrassing thing of all time, dude.
Why would you flip it along the...
I don't know. This was when I was 15, 16 years old. My first time, me running the grill for the first time,
No.
Two of them, 2 hamburgers right down onto the coals.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so sad, dude.
It was terrible. It was demoralizing.
It's
I can't even do this, right? Are you kidding me?
The damage is so done, too.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
What are you going to do, scrape it off?
Right. Just let it burn up. You got a hockey puck at the end.
Oh, God. So, yeah, we ended up making the most of that day. It is what it is.
No.
That's what it is.
But I would highly recommend not doing that. Yeah. And that is why it lands on the bottom 3 of activities alongside tailgating next to a dumpster and being told to turn down your music by boomers.
God, those are just... That's a strong bottom.
Thank you.
Okay, so my first one, it's kind of along the same train of thought as having people come tell you down your music, or having people tell you to turn down your music. Don't get me wrong. Having fun tailgate neighbors is awesome, but when they linger too long, they need to learn their place. Yep. It's nice to just say, hey, go Pack, go, whatever, have a 2 or 3 minute conversation. But then when they seem like they're just not leaving after your conversation is done, that is the worst thing of all time. You don't want to say, get the fuck out of here, go back to your own grill, but you almost have to. You almost have to say something,
Of being caught between a rock and a hard place. I mean, that is not fun, not a good situation to be in. Not at all.
You don't want to be the dickhead, but by not being the dickhead, you're just allowing them or said person to be the dickhead.
And you're always going to get, like, if you're at a Packer game, they're always going to be giving you the most generic football talk. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Jordy looking pretty good this year. Yeah, Jordy's looking great. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to win MVP.
Yeah.
Yep, me too.
Sick, dude.
Hell
Sick.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for my bottom three before I comment on this.
We're cannibalizing.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, I don't mind having the conversation. The best people are the people who just walk past, say something, you say something back. They never even break stride. They just keep on walking.
Hell yeah, brother.
Kings.
Go Pack, go.
Yeah. Or they compliment, like when we were at the Seahawks game, compliment Kyle on his jersey, never
Oh my
breaking
God.
stride, and they just keep on walking. That's perfect.
There are a lot
That's
of
a great
Kings
interaction.
around that were loving the Pro Bowl Aaron Campman.
They were
That was great.
And when it comes down to it, I'm there to hang out with the people I came with. So
Yeah.
that's what I want to do. Number 2, drinking anything other than a Miller Lite. Not one of my top activities. In fact, it's a bottom activity.
I love
Pop
that.
off.
I love that.
I was thinking maybe we're running this bit into the ground, but I don't think so.
No.
Miller Lite is by
What
far
bit?
the best drink of all time, and I think if you've listened to this podcast, you had to know that Miller Lite was going to be brought up
Yep.
on a tailgating episode.
Absolutely.
So here it is.
I don't think the bit's gotten old because at this point,
It's
I
a
think
fact.
you guys have beaten me into submission over Miller Lite so much that
That's
it
what
is
we're
my-
here for.
Yep.
It is my go-to beer.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't know what happened. I have no idea.
You embraced it.
You became a man, Kyle. That's what
welcome.
happened.
Clearly,
A lot
I
has
became a
changed.
man.
A lot has changed in the past 6 months, and a lot has changed for the better.
Yes.
So.
I'll say it.
Okay, you know
I
what
just-
the worst thing
I
is?
like a fine pilsner.
Someone showing up and handing you a Bud Light.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, boy.
I'll tell you what kind of took the piss out of the I can't do the fine pilsner thing anymore because I was at like a little like get together with some former coworkers and one of them brought their brother along and he was wearing a shirt that said it was like in the style of like the white Miller Lite can, you know what I'm talking about. So it said Trump, a fine president. And I was like, man,
that's such a
I can't-
Wisconsin thing, man.
I can't do it anymore. I'm out on fine pilsner. I'm a Miller Lite guy, but the fine pilsner bit to me is dead.
Yeah.
I never saw that shirt. I'm gonna act like I never heard it. But
Oh,
my
I'm gonna
God,
text it
what
to
a,
you.
what a fine
yeah.
pilsner!
What
I
a
mean-
great Pilsner.
It's what triple hops? I mean, fantastic.
We're gonna add a link
100
to the picture in the
calories?
show notes.
No.
No, no, we will not.
Ugh,
Yeah. So drinking anything other than Miller Lite, not a fan of.
disgusting.
The last one, having to wait in line to use a porta potty.
Yeah. That's horrible.
Not only do you have to use a porta potty, which is maybe like in the year 2020, the year of our Lord, we have to use porta potties? Are you kidding?
All I do
I
when I'm
don't
in
know. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say just all I do when I'm in a porta potty is just constantly in my head play over the nightmare scenario of dropping my phone into the toilet every time.
I can't bring my
thinking
phone
about
out.
it. It's awful.
I just leave
So
it in
every
my
ti-
pocket.
I do too, and I'm still thinking about
Okay,
it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what if it just slips?
That phone belongs to the porta potty
Yeah,
now.
yeah, that's not your property.
Reach down,
Yeah.
cut off my arm.
Phew,
I
wow.
mean, waiting in line for anything stinks.
Yo,
Waiting in line
to
to
piss?
go into a disease-ridden plastic sauna is, I mean, that's torture. I'd rather get waterboarded.
End zone. Maybe
Jesus,
COVID will get rid of porta potties.
Hopefully, but I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I really don't
let me
think
have
so.
this.
Yeah.
Let me have. I need this.
When will we as a society embrace
Bottom pick.
pissing anywhere? Just open
Yes,
up, open up
that's-
the world.
You know,
Oh,
this
Zach,
seems
no.
this seems crazy, but I think that's much more sanitary than using a fucking porta potty.
I think so,
I really
too.
think it is.
Find a building.
Just go piss in the
around.
grass.
Yes.
There's nothing better than a back alley piss after hitting the bars. Just saying.
It's fantastic.
Piss anywhere. The world's your urinal.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you're a girl, pop a squat.
Yes, yeah.
I don't care.
I
don't
will
give a shit.
not judge.
Hashtag free the pee.
Yeah, free the pee.
Yes.
I love this. Let's start a movement.
We should.
Piss
I know
anywhere. Public urination.
Yes. Ever since I moved out into the country, the first thing I do when I get home from work,
Piss outside.
before I go inside, is take a piss.
It's free.
I park my truck.
What a
I
power
walk
move.
out anywhere into the grass and just piss. It's the best. It's the best feeling in the
I
world.
love it. Yeah.
I will hold in a piss at
Free.
work for 2 hours so I can piss when I get home outside.
You got me fucked up if you think I'm doing that.
That is what I love doing whenever I'm at my parents having a fire or whatever and I have the boys over. Piss in the field. Piss in the goddamn field.
It's fantastic.
I love that because then you're taking a nice relaxing piss in the middle of the night. You hear the fire crackling. You just hear the chatter of the boys in the background. And you're just thinking, this is
great.
Yeah. Fantastic. So my bottom three were I don't know, like having nosy neighbors that don't know their place, drinking anything other than a Miller Lite, and having to wait in line to use a porta potty.
Love it.
All right, so I'll get the controversial one out of the way. Is football catch at Lambeau Field tailgating? It's very close together. You're really on top of each other at Lambeau, and football catch is very different than baseball catch. You've got a bigger ball, and you're going over people's stuff. If you have the space without fucking up with anyone's stuff, go for it. All for it. Love football catch. But if you're in an alley with I'm looking right outside Lambeau Field, and you're trying to toss the pigskin over people, especially if you suck, don't fucking do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And that's why I see too many people who have never thrown a football until, the seasonal cheesehead toss out their Aaron Rodgers jersey and, is Donald Driver still playing? Let's play catch, and just starts fucking pelting people, hitting their tables. Nothing more. Don't be that person. It sucks.
The one thing I will say to defend my stance on this is I don't suck, so
Good.
I like playing it. That's why it is on my top.
I'm looking at it.
I don't suck.
I got hit one time when I was walking in, and nothing has made me more angry in my life than just minding your own business, and you get fucking hit in the back of the head. Don't play catch. Don't do it. God, it pisses me off. It's always me who gets hit. I swear to God.
At first, Zach lost me. Then he had me. I think he lost me again. I will say this. It is completely temperature permitting.
Yes.
If I do not have to wear gloves, I am playing some catch.
Yep.
Because
if you have
also,
the space,
like Fenner,
go for it.
It doesn't take much. I don't suck at catch either. I can throw something in the general direction I want to throw it in.
That's great.
And
You don't even have to catch it. You don't even have to catch the ball. Just get in front of it. Just knock it down.
Yeah. And when you're I don't care how old I get, I will always feel like the big swinging dick when I'm hitting some one-handed catches with my friends. I will always feel like
Hey, you guys see that? You guys see that?
The fundamentals of catch are
Spear in
undefeated.
one hand, cradle catch in the other. It's classic.
The fundamentals of catch, undefeated. What I hate are just the people who force it into, and it's not like, I love playing catch, but I just hate people who are trying to force it into a small area. You don't need to do it. It pisses me off. Yeah. Catch itself, nothing wrong with catch. Love catch. But I hate it gets me claustrophobic. So that is my problem with catch. I'm glad I had the stance to elaborate it.
The ball is coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
These next two will be, I think, agreed on. So next one, being forced to listen to AC/DC Back in Black. I've already kind of said I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing it 10 times. You don't need to play it out of your shitty radio playing The Buzz before a fucking football game. I don't want to hear it.
Is that 106.5 The Buzz?
106.5.
106.5 The Buzz. I'm Otto.
We got a new hot one coming your way. This is AC/DC Hell's Bells. God, I don't need to hear your...
We're here with that new band. This one is called Aerosmith.
Yeah. You know, we got everything that rocks.
I will say,
Van Halen coming your way.
The one thing I will say about this is if nobody bothers me about my music, I'm not going to bother them about their music. They can play what they want. I got loudspeakers. I'm probably not going to hear it very much. So
I agree, but
no.
It's then because this is the series of events. You hear their AC/DC, you play your music very loud. They think that that's too loud because they can't hear Back in Black for the 200th time on the day. So they come over there and they complain about it. This is the storyline that we've been building up. And then you just gotta find your way around it. But I fucking hate those guys. I hate those boomers who are paying Back in Black. God.
The song Back in Black has literally plagued and tormented Zach for so many years that anytime I think Back in Black or I hear that first, if I even hear the first riff of like Thunderstruck, I'm thinking about Zach in the back of my head. It is so funny because I'm just thinking somewhere like, man, what if Zach were hearing this right now?
I would fucking hate it. Right when you hear the beginning of Back in Black, just dun dun dun. I've heard it. I don't even go out of my way to hear it, and I know that fucking song word for word, sound by sound. I never go out of my way to listen to it, and I can tell you everything about it. God, I'm so sick.
One's hot off the presses. This song's called Cherry Pie. Take it away.
Can we ban that era of classic rock? Let's just ban it. Get it out of my mind. It haunts me. It's like hearing a fan. It's so background music at this point. It's like hearing a fan noise. Just play fan noises then. If you're going to listen, just play it.
Earbuds.
God. Okay. Moving on. Moving on.
Zach's exhausted.
To one that makes me just as angry. When you're at a tailgate, one thing you should not do, especially at a Packer tailgate, again, all of these are based on experiences at Packer games, don't talk football with the locals. There is nothing I want to hear more than, we should be getting Jake Kumerow the ball more. Why don't we have Jared Aberderis? He was a great player. And
why isn't Clay doing anything?
It's just, oh, well, hopefully
Blake Martinez is so good at football.
Listen.
I like that one. But seriously, like, it's like Fenner said, a little Go Path Go, a nice jersey, a little something here and there.
Casta.
It's once you get
Lancaster, get up.
God. It's once you get into conversation with these fuckers that it's just terrible.
I've learned back when I used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings, and literally my whole job was basically just to go around and talk sports with people. I quickly realized I hate talking Packers with Packer fans.
It's the worst.
I can't fucking do it anymore. I immediately gravitated towards like, hey, this guy's wearing a Redskins jersey, or sorry, Washington football team jersey. This guy's wearing a Cowboy, or you know what I mean? Like, it's something along those lines.
Yeah.
And it's like such a better conversation because you talk to somebody like that, they're just happy you even know like a little bit about their team and can talk about it because they don't really get to talk about it much. And they usually know their team a little bit more if they're standing it in a place where it's not.
Yes, because they have to, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And my God, talking. So with the true, real, like, quote unquote, like just a big Packer guys, that stinks.
It's the worst.
Like, you nailed it. I never even thought about that. Finding someone in a different team jersey, I love talking football with them. Because then it's like, you see someone in, like, I don't know, a fucking, a Raiders jersey. Josh Jacobs is fucking sick. let's talk about that. It's so much cooler talking with other teams fans.
It's a nice change of pace. I don't need to hear, I can't believe we didn't draft a receiver.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear that anymore.
You know who I would have
just
liked
so sick
over
of it.
AJ Dillon? That Jonathan Taylor. God,
I can't believe we didn't draft TJ Watt. I was just so mad when TJ Watt ended up being as good because I could not stand hearing Packer fans hate on Kevin King anymore. And then just that TJ Watt thing. Oh, that was the straw that broke the camel's back with me. Could you imagine seeing JJ back in Wisconsin?
I don't know.
Cool seeing him in green and gold.
It looked pretty good in the green and gold.
Maybe he wants to come home. This is where he's from, you know.
It's actually from up here, eh?
I hate Packer fans so much.
And this is why you need to consume as much beer as you can early on, because then you learn to love the terrible takes.
They're so bad.
You just can't have a real conversation with them.
Yeah, so that's my bottom three. One of them is catch. If you suck at catching, you're in a crowded place. Don't fucking hit me.
A lot of caveats to that.
Talking football with the locals and listening to AC/DC Back in Black.
Okay. Why don't you list off your top three, too, since you didn't get a chance to do that?
Top three.
He didn't.
Consuming beer, cornhole, and playing rap music as loud as possible.
Okay. All right.
So
this was our strongest top three, bottom three in a while. I'm just going to say that right now.
one.
I think we all came with the heat this time.
Yeah. So I hope if you're listening and I hear you play Back in Black, I'm going to fucking kick your ass. I'm sick of it. So don't do it. You guys got any last minute thoughts for the people?
When you get the chance, tailgate.
Yeah.
If anybody asks you if you guys want to tailgate, if you're already going to the game, just say yes. You're never going to regret it.
No. Let's hope we can tailgate very soon.
I agree. And our takes, as always, are very evergreen. They're going to age well.
Yep.
And this time next year, when you're really getting prepped for some football season, pop it back on.
Yep.
Remember what we told you. Remember our tips. And you'll be right as rain. You're going to be golden.
I bet these will age so well. Because guess what?
Like all of our takes.
People are still going to be playing Back in Black in a year from now.
They're going to be playing
them for
Back
the last
in Black
40 years.
I was going to say, until 60-year-old people are dead or not going to games, it's going to be played.
I'm going to keep it real with you. I think it's always going to be played at big games. Can I also, last minute, I want to bring up another terrible tailgate song. You guys might give me some hate for this one. It was really bad tailgate in a terrible, pregame song that got played at every single sporting event. I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas fucking sucks, and I hated that song.
At a
like
bar,
that song, man.
at a bar, I can. Ooh, I got it.
At a bar, I can see it.
As a pregame
every
song,
sporting event, every single sporting event.
if it's the fourth quarter and Packers are up 20, play I Got a Feeling.
I'll tell you what.
I'll
tell you what. I got a feeling I'm going to have a good rest of the night when I hear I Got a Feeling in the fourth quarter.
I got a feeling that song is just pandering. Fuck that song.
I got a
Good song. I don't know. It's kind of a banger.
That tonight's gonna be
a good night. Oh, yeah.
Tonight's gonna be
Trash.
a
Absolutely
good
trash.
Tonight. Hey, let's live it up. Build up my money. Gas. Let's get
Don't
it.
bring it up more than you have to,
I
please. I can't wait till we get copyright strikes because we're just having such a good rendition of this song, and the YouTube algorithm's just gonna pick it up.
Yeah. Get copyright. I Got a Feeling.
I'm done with
Black
this.
Eyed Peas. Anyways, thank you for listening to another episode of the Farmcast, another rankings episode. Make sure to follow us on all social media, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook,
TikTok.
at the Farmcast Pod, and also make sure to follow us on all streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, and video on YouTube. We got great content for the visual gags on there. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what your favorite and least favorite things to do at a tailgate are. We'll see you on next episode of the Farmcast. Bye!